Hatchback cruise.
No, it's a trailblazer. Oh. Well, breakfast with John. Okay. I was thinking this morning a little bit about how I'm doing these interview programs. I don't know if any of you've got a chance to see those before. I've been on a lot of them. But one reason why is I think memories are important. Okay, you can't not to live in the past, and just because truthfully, you and I both know that's like a lot of the pictures and stuff that you take. I mean, we take way too many pictures nowadays. Take a picture of everything, but we do it because it's so easy and it don't cost anything. Used to, when you had to develop your film, your 35mm film, or your little 110 film, you was a little more careful with your pictures, wasn't it, Jan? Because you had to develop them. You know, so it took a little, but now we just click, because it's free. That's why I take a lot of pictures, because they're free. It don't cost nothing. But I think about memories. One of the reasons I'm doing these programs, these just from the shed, I call them. And you say, why is it called just from the shed? Well, I was going to call it from the shed, but that was already taken, so I went with just from the shed. And I do a lot of the videos I do. People come in and I interview them from everywhere in the shed. And I know I've shown that some. And I'll try to do a program just about the shed one day, just share a little quick something about it. But I think memories, there's people that have a lot of wisdom and stuff they've been through. So if I can take that and share that with other people, I think it's good. Because I think of a lot of things that have went to the grave that would have been good to had. You know what I mean? We could have had those things and been able to, you know, to do them. Okay, so I don't know. I think that's very important. And a lot of these people go out of their way and they take time and they come and they said, "Hello, Chris, my little daughter-in-law," and so they.
It's her daddy's birthday.
Today your daddy's birthday. Janice just reminded me, today is your daddy's birthday, ain't it? Chris's daddy's birthday, Melvin's birthday. So I'm thinking about interviews and things like that, and how we take time and to interview people, how important it is that we sort of memorialize those things. Because, and then the technology and the stuff I'm looking at now.
John Dad?
Yeah. I'm thinking about, I've got several things I'm looking at. One, I was thinking about how now I could take I can take a video and I can back up on that video and have it transcribed into, there you go. All right, thank you. I can have it transcribed into like a book. A person could even take a lot of these things. I was thinking about even some of the things my dad has done and some of the messages and things he said. I'm looking for some software now to do that simply, because all I wanted to do is transcribe the video, the audio from the audio to text. And there's a lot of simple stuff out there that does that now. But one of the reasons I'm doing these just from the shed, and it takes a lot of time and stuff to do them and to get them out there and get them done right. And I've learned a lot. I'm going to back up and redo a lot of things I've already done. The good thing about video, you can do your first works over again. Hello, Libby. You can do your first works over again. So on some of these things, I'm going to back up and fix them back again and fix them back a little bit better. I started with one last night. I'm redoing it. I'm about taking them, redoing them, fixing them back. They're doing better. But anyway, I think about one of the reasons I'm doing this, if you get a chance to watch those things, and if you get a chance to, I'm going to start pushing on YouTube. I'm going to start pushing some of this for people to go to YouTube, because I think that's going to be the bigger outreach in the end, and the bigger where I can reach more people will be on YouTube. I mean, I reach a lot of people on Facebook, but I'm thinking as I go over, YouTube's going to be. Huh? Yeah. Oh, I need the fork. Janice is getting my breakfast ready. Thank you, dear. But anyway, what I'm thinking is I can take a lot of those things and transcribe them back. Oh, there's my number one fan, my little daughter Kelsey. It's what I'm thinking, Kels. I can take some things, even like that your videos that your grandfather's done, and I can run them through some software and transcribe them and turn them into a book. You know, turn some of that stuff into a book. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I got a lot to think about, see? But one of the reasons I'm doing this just from the shed, which Kelsey's not been much help at all. But anyway, she's supposed to have helped me, but she's not being much help. I know she's got some good reason. Hello, Maxine. So what I'm thinking is, on just from the shed, if you get a chance to look at some of the interviews I've been doing, they're on Facebook. I put them right back up on Facebook here. And the reason I break those up into segments, I've had some questions. Some people have said, I was watching the interview and it got cut off. It didn't get cut off. I take an interview. Some of these interviews are like an hour and a half or so long. You're watching Breakfast with John. Hello, Joey. Sudi. So, what I'm thinking about doing, Sudi, is I'm going to take some of these things that I've done, run them through some software, and get them transcribed, and I can turn them into books, okay? Something simple. I'm thinking about it, all right? If I can do that, because I got a lot of Mom's poems, I've got those already laid out into a book form. So, because I think I could take some messages, older messages and things from preaching, and I could turn those into some material that would be great for people to read and do those. How's your foot, Sudi? Did you see her foot?
I know, it made me hurt.
That's bad. Real bad. But anyway, I'm going to do that. But the reason I'm doing the just from the sheds, okay, is because I believe there's some people, and I've got probably 15 or 20 people on the list right now, probably 10 people that have said yes, schedule me for an interview, okay, to interview. It's wild. Excuse me. And I asked some pretty tough questions, okay? I mean, we talk about marriage, we talk about love, forgiveness. We talk about gossip. We talk about minding your own business the other day. Ooh-wee. I don't know. We'll talk about that soon. That there hurts me just talking about it. But I think about, the thing is to memorialize some of these things and share them, and so other people can meet these people that I've met, because I've met some interesting people. Sudi, if you're ever back in the area, that would be good. That would be. Sudi reminded me, I had a message I taught one time called, "Are you a firecracker or a bullet?" Okay? And I bought some little bottles and never used them because I was going to put a 22 shell in them and a firecracker. And I don't know, I can't do that. I can't mail that out. Can't mail out bullets, you know? Maybe if I had fake bullets, I could put in there for the dramatization.
You can't mail a firecracker either.
Okay. Do they make a fake firecracker?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
I may be onto something here. I've often thought about this. I've often thought about a page on Facebook. Okay, I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure because I'm really For me, I'm doing a lot right now. And it's just, for me, wouldn't be for a normal hard worker.
He's very quiet at night, though.
Yes, I'm very quiet at night. I was working this morning. It was 2 o'clock this morning. 2 o'clock, 2:30.
No, I heard you.
Colson was, I'm awake when he comes home from work, and I'm awake when he leaves back out for work. He was leaving for work. And then I called him at 2:30. I said, Bernard, I've been trying to call you. Bernard Cornwell, I've been wanting to talk to him, do an interview with him, and I messaged him, but he don't message me back. Yeah. Anyway, back to my point I got sidetracked on was I taught the message on, are you a firecracker or a bullet? Takes the same amount of gunpowder for a firecracker as it does for a bullet. But one just surprises people and spooks them, but the other one can feed a family. The other one can defend you from a predator. Okay? So what's the difference, you asked, John? Well, I'm glad you asked. I was waiting on you to ask, somebody to ask me. Direction. Focus and direction. Many people live their life without focus or direction. Well, Uncle B. Oh, we got it? I remembered you today, didn't I?
You need a list to be focused.
Huh?
List.
Janice says you need a list to have focus and direction. A lot of people live their life without focus or direction. They just live it explosively. And that doesn't mean you won't go to heaven. I guess I'm not talking about going to heaven right now. I'm talking about being able to have a life that's effective and has more purpose. All life has purpose, okay? Even if it's just for the undertaker. All life has purpose. But not all life has direction. What's your breakfast with John? Hardy should sponsor these, shouldn't they? And one thing about these, now what I do is breakfast with John. I don't do it, I don't even record them, okay? They go on Facebook, but the quality is so low, you can't use it anywhere or do anything with it. I just do it for the moment. So direction, many people live their life without direction. One of the keys with direction is correction. If you don't have correction, you can't have direction, okay? Janice emphasizes that a lot when she gives me correction. Like when I start to do something, she says, no, let's do this. And I say, oh, thank you, honey, don't I? Like when I'm doing a cooking program. Sometimes I lose direction. Now, she gives me correction sometimes, and I don't like it. And I don't listen. But in life, are you a firecracker or a bullet? Sudie reminded me of that. I'm going to look up and see if I can find some fake firecrackers and some fake bullets. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Back to my point. I'm thinking about setting up a separate Facebook page for about 10 or 15 people, just for a few people, okay? Where I can share some truths and some things that are pretty tough, all right? They're not for everybody. But they're for a few people to say, just tell me the truth. Okay? There's some truths that you know, that I know, that I can't share. Because not everybody can take it. And it's okay. There's some truths I don't like. But I'm thinking about it. Setting that up and doing that. Because there's some truths that we share along that not everybody can take. When Jesus ministered, he ministered to people different. He talked to the fishermen one way, the farmers another, tax collectors another. He talked to everybody different. And sometimes I think that's really important. And I would love to be able to speak to some people that really say, man, wouldn't that be a great name for it? And I know I'm going to forget that. Jan, you need to remind me that. If I called it Tell Me the Truth. All right? Tell Me the Truth. I like that. Mm-hmm. You like that? What do you think about that, Sue? I call it Tell Me the Truth. Just for a few people to come on. What? What are you saying? You laughing at me?
No.
I don't want her to tell me the truth. But anyway, there's been some good stuff, good things going. Just all kinds of great things happening right now. I mean, I just see so much happening in the area, in the land. There's all still heartaches, man, in North Carolina and down there, what's happening. I mean, I'm still just brokenhearted about the lack of response. The response is coming from people. But man, I just think, oh man, I mean, the government, we ought to be focused on that. We ought to get our eyes off the rest of the world spending these big, and I don't really get into that. It is upsetting though. Upsetting. There ought to be so many of our government resources poured into places like North Carolina and Tennessee and places where this hurricane hit that it should be covered up. People should be running into each other. Yeah. All right. I don't think I've solved any issues today. Do you? No. You're watching Breakfast with John. Oh, it's my little Aunt Debbie. She's so precious. Debbie? Do you know what's coming up in February?
6th and 17th.
You tell me, Debbie. See if you know what's going to happen. What happens in February? I bet you don't remember. Huh. All right. I'm going to do a special Facebook page. Okay. I may even do it where I go live. I mean, if I record them, may just be live. And I'm going to call it Tell Me the Truth. Okay? Yeah. And just 8 or 10 people come on it, or 5 or whatever. It will be fun to talk to people who really want the truth. I mean, I have some truths that I don't like. Like, for example, I would like to weigh 150 pounds.
No.
But I'm going to have to cut off both legs to do it. I did weigh that one time, Jen.
I know you did. I weighed 100 at one time, too.
But anyway, so there's truth. What would help me? Don't eat the sausage and egg biscuit in the mornings. And the, what is it saying?
Ho, ho. You should fix everyone one of those.
Anyway, I'm thinking about doing a Facebook page called Tell Me the Truth. Only by invitation only. Letting people on it. Do one of those. I will look into that in the midst of my endeavors.